Joining us by phone, Bill Carr, former digital media executive at Amazon. He's also the author of a forthcoming book on Amazon called Working Backwards. That comes out next week. Bill, you're going to have to change the conclusion, perhaps, of your book. How surprised are you by this change?
Wow, well, it is pretty big news. Quite the end of an era for a man who will certainly go down in history as one of the greatest business leaders of the 20th, if not 21st century.
What was your position there? How well do you know Andy Jassy?
I know Andy well. I joined the company back in 1999, and I became the vice president of digital media in 2004. So my role was one of the founding leader of what was today known as Amazon Music, Prime Video, and Amazon Studios. So I launched and ran those businesses for a decade on a worldwide basis, and during that decade, I worked closely day in and day out with Jeff Bezos to help formulate the vision and the details of those big businesses.
So, Bill, talk us through if this is a blow to the company or a step up, given that you'll have Jassy in this role, but still have Bezos as executive chairman.
Yeah, well, I think you'll see a continuation from where they are. So, having read the letter that Jeff shared with the company, it sounds like he plans to devote most of his time to working with the company on their new product innovations. And honestly, he beginning in 2004, he was spending a substantial portion of his time working with me and my team and my boss Steve Kessel in digital media, and then he was working with Andy Jassy to help formulate Amazon Web Services. And so I think that's probably been how he's been spending the majority of his time, all the way back to 2004. Andy Jassy is an amazingly talented executive. He started and has launched and ran one of the most successful businesses in the world today in Amazon Web Services, and the company is in great hands with Andy Jassy and his leadership.
What do you think are the best skill sets that Jassy has and some that he might not have? As you said, you've worked closely with him and he's a friend of yours.
So Andy is an extraordinary leader, as the reporter commented. I mean, he's worked with the company for more than 20 years, and he's worked side by side with Jeff during this period of time. Look, he and his team have invented an entirely new category called cloud computing, a category that back in 2004 no one would have thought that Amazon would have any right to even participate in such a thing. That would have been the place of Oracle or IBM or Microsoft. And he's created a runaway hit. So he's an incredibly inventive leader, and he's an incredibly detail-oriented leader who dives into all the salient details of his business. He knows how to manage, and he's a shrewd operator. He's going to be a great leader for the company. And furthermore, both Jeff and Andy and the many other leaders of the company have spent the past 20 years building a whole management science, really what we call the Amazon invention machine in our forthcoming book, Working Backwards, that describes these scalable, repeatable processes that they've been able to employ with the company to allow the company to scale and grow and manage such a diverse set of businesses all around the world. So I think Andy's going to be great.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.